So last night I had my first question about how I chose what songs to play and to share. And so I kind of wanted to do a little video on that process. The first time I played the piano was in February. That was the first time I'd ever touched a piano and thought, wow, I could actually maybe do this, and I actually kind of like it. Summertime rolls around and I tell myself I want to actually learn piano. So I sat down with some piano books and I taught myself some basic stuff, but it just wasn't as fun as the covers I'd been doing. As I became more comfortable with different chord progressions and structures and the music theory associated with teaching myself how to play, I began thinking, I have a lot of content. So as I continue to become better at this skill, I can grow these songs and these ideas and these feelings because I think they're really relatable to people. I think there's just enough specificity from my previous relationships that gives it purpose and gives it uniqueness. But at the heart, these are feelings that everyone deals with, right? When you love someone and you can't find the words to express rejection, or potentially rejecting somebody else, or experimenting with your feelings between one stage of your life and the next. These poems were inspired by faith and by love and introspection and self-growth, but they're also isolated moments of this healing process. So first off, I want to talk about Human. That was the first song that I posted, and it took on a couple of different forms, which is kind of fun. Originally, I was thinking it'd be kind of like a slow ballad, and then I went to go see Paramore over the summer. I was like, man, I should be writing a punk rock tune, right? And as my piano skills improved, I realized that angry piano is not as fun to listen to. And what came about was just one night after a jazz rehearsal, messing around on a piano and saying, oh, I like these chords. I like the way these chords make me feel. I like this progression. What songs do I have that are in this key? The lyrics have had some tweaking throughout. My favorite line in here is the chorus. I think it was, and we were happy, but we were human. But generally, I really like the repetition in this poem. I also think it's really interesting because originally it was a happy song. It was a song about the simple things that make you happy when you're in love. And then when that relationship ended, and retrospect kind of kicked in, I felt happy at the time. We weren't happy. Not happy, no, because we were human. So the next one I have up here is Roulette. That was the second video I posted. And this, very much like Human, just kind of came around because I was messing around on the piano. This was completely unfinished until I came to school. I had the first verse. It was just a dormant first verse. And I really liked the imagery of something so hot that you can't touch. And so that's why it begins with the welt on your palms, and it sets you up right away for knowing that there's a consequence. But then I get this brilliant idea, that you can covet, you can want what belongs to somebody else. When I think of covet, I also think about gambling, and then fireworks shoot off in my head. I'm going to turn this into an extended metaphor because I'm a junkie for extended metaphors. But the chord progression for this one was pretty intentional. It was inspired. She's So Gone from Lemonade Mouth, and then LA Devotee by Panic at the Disco, which is one of my favorite songs and one of my favorite bands too. I think what I ended up loving is that final chorus because there's so much hope there. And I shied away from having hopeful music, but I think it's okay, and I think a lot of people go through stages of finding hope. I don't have a whole lot to speak on for both Changing of the Guard and Slowly. What I would like to talk about is that Changing of the Guard is so clever because originally I was thinking like you have the guard you put up against someone, and in that brief moment when it shifts, like the person who's protecting is changing, it's vulnerable. And so this takes place during a period between, a future love and a past love. And so during that change, there's a vulnerability. And it's also kind of a change of heart about accepting that vulnerability. The piano part was written for my friend Rowan, who inspires me every day. I love you if you're watching. And she was talking about how much she loved D flat major and D flat minor. I was like, I haven't written anything in these. So there's that influence in the chord structure. There's also an influence from another band that I adore, Jukebox the Ghost. I could talk a little bit about Slowly, but that was kind of just a song born spur of the moment, inspired by real events in real time. I'm really pleased with it. I borrowed elements from previous poems that I've written. There's one that I published called A Puzzling Person, and that has the ocean-like imagery with the undertow, and I've just pulled a lot of imagery that floats around in my head when I think about these things. It's very easy to craft beautiful images with simple poetic devices like repetition that you saw in Human, and like rhyme in Roulette, and in Slowly. I think music becomes so much easier when you listen to a lot of it, and I'm growing. I'm getting so much better at this, and that's so exciting for me. And I hope you continue on this journey, so thank you.